That'll do it for CBS 4 News at 5:30.
CBS 4 News at 6 o'clock with Steve Wolford and Maggie Rodriguez starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 6.
CBS 4, your weather station, is tracking 3 storms in the tropics tonight. All of them could become hurricanes. The biggest concern right now for South Florida is Tropical Storm Lily.
For the latest on Lily and everything else, let's turn to storm specialist Brian Norcross in Weather Control. Brian.
Maggie and Steve, Lily continues to move mostly west through the Caribbean, but the expectation is the storm is eventually going to turn to the north. The question is, the million-dollar question is, when is that turn going to happen?
They're getting their hands on as many sandbags as well as stocking up on storm supplies.
In Louisiana, rain and blustery winds are already driving people away from the coast. The possibility of flooding is the biggest worry for people who've been through this before.
Be sure to keep it right here on CBS 4, your weather station, for the latest on all the activity in the tropics.
The latest now on a developing story we brought you first at 5 o'clock. A man wanted for questioning in the massacre of a family in Lake Worth is in police custody. CBS 4's Ted Scouten is live in Lake Worth with the latest now. Ted.
Steve, for 2 days, police have been looking for this guy. He actually lived in the same house as the 5 people who were murdered. He was taken into custody this afternoon in Central Florida.
A 10-minute delay right now on the Metro Rail, but the trains are running. The passengers are can get off on the Douglas Road station and then take a bus over to South Miami. The good news, no injuries were reported. Reporting live from the newsroom, I'm Elliot Rodriguez, CBS 4 News.
State agents have busted an identity theft ring and arrested 8 people accused of duping hundreds of customers at South Florida car dealerships. CBS 4's Lisa Cabrera has the story from West Miami-Dade.
We're live in Fort Lauderdale. Evan Bacon, CBS 4 News.
One of the boys who witnessed the drowning of a 5-year-old autistic child changes his story on the witness stand, plus a heated exchange outside the courtroom. More on the trial of a teenager accused of murder coming up in a live report.
Also making headlines at 6, a look of shock when an officer learns her fate in her manslaughter case.
And police say they have a good idea why a driver lost control and slammed into a South Florida building, and they say it's not the first time it's happened.
You're watching CBS 4 News with Maggie Rodriguez, Steve Wolford, Jim Berry Sports, and meteorologist Brian Norcross. 4 diets, 4 people, 4 weeks. Who will lose the most weight? Coming this October, CBS 4 News follows 4 different weight loss plans. Weight Watchers, Atkins, The Zone, Hypnosis, and 4 dieters. Plus, Dr. Sean Kniff covers each diet's health and nutrition. Lisa Petrillo, exercise and lifestyle. Al Sunshine, the cost. And Maggie Rodriguez wraps it all up. Next week, week 1, it's Weight Watchers Week. What diet gets the real results? The Great Way Off. Coming this October at 5 and 11, only on CBS 4 News. You're watching CBS 4 News at 6.
2 young witnesses take the stand in the murder trial of a teen accused of drowning a 5-year-old boy. Outside the courtroom, a dispute between the families of the victim. They also say he drove his car through another building back in 1997.
Some tense moments on board a New York to Jamaica bound plane and forces it to make an emergency landing. The captain decided to land in Miami after noticing a fuel leak. The passengers and crew were put on another jet.
Brian Norcross with us right now, looking at 3 potential hurricanes, very soon?
Maybe tomorrow, The good news is none of them are expected to get real big.
Good.
Because there's land nearby, 2 of them, and that'll slow them down. One of those is Lily. Lily expected to be a hurricane before it encounters whatever land it comes up against first. More on that in a second. Look outside here right now. Good downpour went through West Dade here. Weather Control pushed us down to 77, 84 Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, 85 Key West. Most of South Florida actually pretty nice right now. Very humid here, 87%. Look, we didn't get a whole lot of rain, but it came down really hard for a couple minutes, 0.05 of an inch, and pretty gusty up to 29. Real-time radar shows you that shower is now dying out, moving out. This is all part of the fringe stuff from Isidore still, and we're still going to have some of this around here tomorrow.
Somebody has heard a Pat Riley pep talk.
That's right. Tony Gonzalez, the best tight end, best looking tight end too. All the ladies just love this guy. Anyway, Tony Gonzalez played summer basketball in Miami, as you said, Steve. Now he's back in KC, ready to play football against Miami.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. 14-year-old Nelson was hurt on his paper route and ended up in the hospital. So why won't insurance pay the bills? Eye on America right after CBS 4 News. So stay with us.
That's our news for now. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 11 for CBS 4 News tonight. Now here's the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. Good night.
A storm rebuilding into an especially large hurricane. Isidore gaining size and strength in the Gulf of Mexico. From Texas to Florida and far inland, much of the nation's weather and business may be affected. An FBI agent's prophetic warning about a jetliner attack on the World Trade Center. Why? Superiors said, forget it. A man on trial for murder, and the star witness is just 4 years old. Plus, Eye on America. Risky business for the country's youngest workers. When they get hurt, who pays the bills?
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The Gulf Coast is bracing for the first hurricane to hit the U.S. mainland in 2 years, possibly a major one. Isidore is a very large storm with the potential for a lot